Last episode, we began our road trip from Melbourne to Mount Gambier, where we explored Kilsby Sinkhole and Nikki cooked up an epic feed of fresh Chasm scallops.
But then I'll add some mushrooms and cream.
This episode, we explore more of Mount Gambier and check out Piccaninnie Ponds, Ewen Ponds, and cook up some epic roadside bluefin tuna poke. After booking our entry permits online for Piccaninnie and a slow start in the rain, we arrived at the ponds, a short 30-minute drive from Mount G.
Beaver! No believers.
We are at Piccaninnie Ponds.
Piccaninnie!
The squall has cleared, thankfully, and now we've got blue sky, so hopefully it should be warm and lovely.
How you feeling, Burko?
I'm feeling a little bit better, still a little congested. I'm going to try and push through it today.
This wetland supports a number of nationally threatened species. It's an important breeding ground for a variety of birds, fish and other marine animals. These ponds are also a culturally important location to the local indigenous Bunganditch people, as it traditionally provided food and water. Little did we know this was the entrance to what's called the Chasm, a whopping 35-metre deep trench created by an underground freshwater spring that has carved out a huge cathedral. It turns out that in winter a lot of the plant life dies and fills the chasm with extremely dirty water. We didn't even realise it was a crack. We jumped in the car for a quick drive to Owens Ponds. It did not disappoint. Owens Ponds is a series of sinkholes joined together by small, shallow river systems. It flows all the way to the ocean, and the closer we got, the more fish we started to see. One thing I loved about this pond was a crazy bright reflection off the surface of the water. It was surreal and definitely one of the best parts about it. It was so different to anything I'd ever dived before.
Such a different type of diving. So weird. Yeah. I feel like I'm in like the wetlands of Florida or something. Gators. We might have to check for leeches when we get out.
This is a nice walk back.
Don't run through it.
Oh, pretty. So pretty.
Oh, Oh, that goes to the beach.
That
You want to
road.
quickly go to the beach?
Yeah, why not?
It's right there.
Like 0 tracks there. Oh, whoa, that's sick. Oh, yeah, that's probably salt. Don't you reckon? Yeah, sorry. It was time to say goodbye to Mount Gambier and hit the road again. The plan was to head to Adelaide to dive the Noarlunga and Shutter Bay jetties. We stopped along the way to check out some caves and a weird little museum full of prehistoric animals that you would only expect to find in your nightmares. My old housemate from Samoa, Mattias, who I met up with in Melbourne, gifted us a chunk of bluefin tuna, and it was time to cook it up. In with the cube tuna, we added salt, soy, sesame oil, sesame seeds and rice seasoning.
Alright, it's all going on here. We've got Pokey. Burka's re-slicing the onions, not happy with Nikki's cutting. I've got chopping beans, I've got sliced some carrot, and Nikki's doing gourmet rice straight out of a packet. Woo! Gourmet meal, roadside,
Gourmet.
on the boat
Nice.
trailer. Gourmet.
Yep. Fancy.
Not even a bowl, it's a plate.
Yeah,
That's how
and
we
it's
roll.
not even paper.
Thanks, Maddie, for the bluefin.
We pulled into Second Valley just in time to watch the sunset. Unfortunately, overnight the wind picked up and absolutely destroyed these idyllic conditions. We realised this wiped out our diving for the rest of the trip, so decided to make the most of the situation and head to the Barossa Valley to visit some wineries. We absolutely loved our time in South Australia, and I would highly recommend you take the trip to check out this awesome little corner of Oz.
Oh, you're so cute!
He's so tame and friendly.
What do you got here, Maddie? Bluefin. Do you want some bluefin? Yes.
Okay, and what's the cheese? So it's
Barossa Distillery. So they are, it's in Newry.
Work it. What happened? I don't even drink wine.
Do you want to say something gross? I've got a little friend of mine coming.
If you enjoyed this episode, please consider supporting our productions by heading over to our Patreon page in the description below. You'll get access to regular updates, bonus episodes and invites on upcoming spearing trips. We've only got a few months left in Sydney, so be sure to hit us up before we head off. Cheers.